It's Apollorc time! And welcome back to Spyro the Dragon in the Reignited Trilogy. My name is Apollorc, and as ever, I shall be your host today. Last episode, we finished the entirety of the Artisans world, and now we've gone somewhere completely different to the Peacekeeper. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and get started as we rescue Titan.
Welcome to Peacekeepers. Look how our treasure has been stolen and turned against us. Please, recover our treasure, Spyro.
Collect treasure. Got it.
Man, what a cool design. I especially love his little battle axe there. Alright, so we've got some, well, I guess I'll call them Napoleonic soldiers here in the form of orcs. And, yeah, or otherwise they could be, like, they could be stylized after members of the Russian military and during, like, the Imperial times. Either way, they're gonna be dead, and Spyro does not care nor recognize any sort of royalty other than perhaps his own claim to fame. So we've made it to World 2, the Peacekeeper's world, and this is far different, as you can see, where it's a more deserty climate than the last place we were at, and so it's just gonna, that's also going to be reflected in the types of worlds that we see. Alright, so first thing I'm going to do is just go around the hub world, collect as many things as I can before we dive into our first level. This one has a bit more of an open design than the Artisans world, and, well, let's go ahead and kill all these guys here. I actually do want to leave one alive so I can show something off. But, there we go. So, the balloonist is actually already standing right here. So, overall, there's not as much of an area to walk around in. But that's alright. But actually, it might be about the same, if not even a little bit bigger. That's, obviously, things are put in slightly different locations. But, I did want to do something super quick. Let me get rid of this guy with the cannon. And let me burn down these tents. Because, yeah... If you look, this is in the original too. These guys moon you. Now, Toys for Bob did sort of nerf him a little bit, because in the original, I'm pretty sure you could see full-on crack. So, if such a thing is desired to be looked upon, there it is on screen, I suppose. Alright. So we got a chest there. We're going to come back for that. Actually, we're not going to come back for it. We're going to immediately do something about it. So, the cannons here, if you move them with Spyro, you can actually just use your flame breath to use them just like that. And then there's also this little target right here. This actually confused me as a kid, because if I remember correctly, the original, it wasn't as obvious that that was a piece of breakable terrain. So I was wandering around like, where are all the other levels? But turns out I was just silly, or perhaps very, very inattentive as a kid. And, you know, either one is definitely a possibility. Got an egg thief here, so let's go ahead and just immediately torch him. He didn't even try to run away that time. Alright. 3 out of 12. We've already got a quarter of them at this point, and there's the key for that one chest. Well, actually, not that one chest. We've not found the one chest. I know where it is, though. First things first, let's go over here. This is where the location of the next flight level is, and this guy's standing guard very dutifully, but was completely powerless to stop us. And in our conquest of terror. Wahaha! Oh, there we go. Just wanted to make sure I didn't miss that. Looks like we got some gems over there, but we'll come back for those in a little bit. I want to get this dragon first, because I totally just walked right by him. Gunnarsson.
Well done, Spyro. Keep up the good work, and I know you'll fulfill your destiny.
Destiny? I just want to kick some.
Just toast those enemies and collect the treasure.
Ah, what wonderful writing. We all know what Spyro was trying to say there. Okay, but first thing, let's go to this little cave here, separated by all the purple Listerine surrounding it. And this is where we use our key. So let me just grab these first. I really like these chests, by the way. I didn't really comment on them too much, but they are only in this game, and when you flame them, I think also if you charge them, but I think only if you flame, depending on, you know what it is. I'll try it next time. Yeah, it makes the gem pop out, and the only way to destroy the chest is to collect it. So, pretty cool, pretty cool. Alright, so I'm gonna jump back to where we were here, and this should only leave us with a few gems left. And I think, if I remember correctly, I know where they are. Believe they are gonna be down this way. I think there's like a cave, right? Well, let me get this dragon first. Yeah, okay, actually this is exactly where I wanted to go. There was nobody in there, but yeah. The rest of the gems should be down that little cave. Magnus! Oh, look at you.
Hey, Spyro. Sparks the Dragonfly has been doing a good job protecting you. Make sure to keep him strong by feeding him lots of butterflies.
Absolutely. If Sparks doesn't have a beer gut by the end of this series, then I will have not done my job. Ooh, one more. Come on. Wow, apparently Sparks did not want to collect that one. Maybe I won't feed him super fat. Okay, but there you go. The hub world has already been completed, so without further ado, let's just dive into our first level here, Clifftown. And what a great level this is. This is actually going to be where I talk about something very interesting and unique about this series. Alright, there we go. I skipped the loading sequence there just because you didn't need to see that. It was really just negative space in the video, some downtime, and frankly, unnecessary. So first things first, I'm going to turn around because that's a very, very easily missable chest. That Desperado dude, he's got a cloak made of metal, so whatever sort of bendable, malleable alloy he's got that thing made out of, very, very impressive on a technical on the technical standard. Cool. Couple extra gems there, and then we have these big bitches with the pots. If you flame the pots, you get some money out of it, some gems. So always make sure to do that. Basically, if you think you can interact with something with either your charge or your flame, chances are you probably can, and you should probably try it. Somehow she didn't die when I flamed her there, but it's okay. There was a gecko all ready set to go to refill our health here. Okay. There we go. Couple bits of gems there. Moving on. Now, so this level is going to be a really good showcase for something that I was talking about in the last episode, where this game did something truly unique, and pretty much every other 3D game after it kind of followed its example. Basically, this game, the original Spyro, was the first one, to my knowledge, to essentially do what's like, essentially like you creating two versions of the same world. So there's the one that you can see, the one that's directly in front of you. This guy's a lot faster than I expected. Let me turn around here. It's easier to go left, I find. There we go, got him. Anyway, so basically, there's the world that you can see directly in front of you, and it is fully rendered. And then there's also like a shadow world that is in low-res detail and has, you know, it just shows you what's off in the distance, but isn't necessarily fully loaded in until you get up close and personal. I'll explain a little bit more after we rescue Halvor.
How's a dragon supposed to flame metal armor anyway?
Remember, Spyro, flame won't work on metal, but charging with your horns, that should do the trick.
It's not like we've been doing that the entire game, buddy. But yeah, these guys cannot be killed with your flame attack unless they put their guard down, and even then I don't know if it's possible. But yes, this will be a lot easier to demonstrate once we get up to a higher level. But essentially, yeah, this game, to my knowledge, was the first one to implement that design philosophy, where you're able to load in a lot more of the world by creating a low-res version of it that's a lot more polygonal. And then by loading more of it in as you actually get closer, it reserves resources and memory and reduced the problem that a lot of games from this era had, which was the limited draw distance. If you look at games such as Silent Hill, Ocarina of Time even had this problem. Really, a lot of the early 3D games had a limited draw distance, and that was just due to the technical limitations. And so you could see, you know, objects pop in, and it didn't always look particularly great. Silent Hill implemented its fog feature precisely for that reason. It was a way for them to cover up the limited draw distance, so clever in its own right. But this, I think, is even more efficient in that respect. Alright, let's get this one last dragon here, Enzo.
Hey, what's on the other side of that river?
Why don't you glide there and find out?
Well, you don't have to be such a jerk about it. But yes, let's go ahead and grab just these last few gems up here at the top by the level's exit, and we will indeed glide on over to this part. Oh, actually, hang on a second, I immediately forgot what I said I was going to do as I was doing it, but I remembered beforehand. So, this is, I think, a great spot to kind of showcase what I'm talking about. So, in the remake, it's not as obvious, but in the original, even though these gems can be seen twinkling off in the distance, they wouldn't be rendered in, but the twinkling was still there to let you know, hey, there's some stuff you can do over in that side of the on that side of the level, and you should probably go over there. But this would be a lower res version, and you have seen this if you've played any sort of modern game from this from this point on. Oh god, we almost didn't even make that. Jeez. But yes, you can see that if you pay close enough attention. And this game, like I said, I think was the first one to do it. But I've been yapping and yammering away on this point for long enough, I believe. So let's just not waste any more time and collect the rest of the treasure from these vultures. The vultures who have stolen my treasure from me. So I'm going to take it back. I do love this level, though. The atmosphere, the music is pretty good. Now, honestly, the music in general is very, very well done, and there is not a whole lot of other platformers that have, like, kind of incorporated this style. It's a lot more focused on percussion, sounds pretty funky, and I'm kicking myself, but give me a second.
You've reached the highest point in Clifftown. You can get to almost anywhere from here. If I were you, I'd use that whirlwind over there.
Okay, so now that we've talked to him, we've unlocked this shortcut back up here. So what I was trying to say was, I am kicking myself for not remembering his name, but the composer of the soundtrack for all three of the original Spyro games did an absolutely phenomenal job, and I've thrown his name there up on screen as well as his picture, just so you can see. I really think that it's important that we give all the artists and musicians and animators and everyone that has worked on these games their due diligence and the love that they deserve. So, let's see here. We're gonna jump right here because we can then reach these chests there, and I think, yes, the rest of these I can just kind of get, so I'm going to fly this way. I believe this level has 400 gems, and now that we're in the second world, I think that's largely going to be standard for the levels across the board. So, if I remember correctly, yes, there is one thing for us to grab there, but I'll have to approach it from another angle, I believe. Okay. No key to collect this time. Instead, we have a new mechanic right here with these fireworks. I don't know if I can reach it from here. No. So instead, let's grab the swirly, get right on to the top of the level here, and we'll just fly on back to where that firework is at. This is one of my favorite things across the series, and this is the first example of it. Very, very fun. If I'm not mistaken, that should be the rest of the gems for this level, so let's see. If not, then I will look around for whatever I might have missed. Yeah, looks like we've missed just one gem entirely, so, I'll take a look around and I'll cut to when I find it. Oh, wow, okay. I apparently did not collect this one here from the pot. I somehow completely missed it. Okay, very, very obvious one. It didn't take me very long to find that, so thankfully I can just return on home. Very nice. Okay, first level is done. We're going to move straight on to the next one and not waste any time. No time wasted on this series. Only fun, only entertainment. Alright, but we will collect any sort of crystals. Oop, I'm going the wrong way. Oh, apparently that was a skill point. I'm not entirely sure what for. Skill points, let's see. Scare 6 Gnorcs into tents. Okay, so that wasn't even something I intentionally did. Alright, cool. I suppose we did that. Let's see, what should I do next? So we did Clifftown. What do I want to play next? Got a couple different options. Dr. Shemp right there, that's the boss, so I'm going to ignore him and do him last. So instead, I think we'll go... I think I'll go ahead and do the flight level next. That's kind of what I feel like doing. Although, wait. I didn't miss anything, did I? This one, the layout of this place always confuses me, even today, after like 20 plus years of playing this series. Alright, let's go ahead and do the flight level. I'm in the mood. Alright, and so we begin Night Flight with a beautiful, beautiful night sky in the background. So, this one is a little bit harder than the last one that we completed. it's a little misleading. So instead of going for the chests, I'm gonna go for these lanterns instead, and to turn around, because the lanterns here, the lighthouses I should say, they really kind of mess me up if I don't do this in a specific order. Alright, let's go ahead and do like this. Alright, there we are. Got all these lanterns here. They're very cleverly hidden, a lot of them, so it's good to pay close attention. There we go. Oh, don't fall. If you fall in the water, by the way, you will automatically lose, so just something to keep in mind. Now, let's turn right around. Oh, goodness. Yeah, we're already running out of time, so I'm gonna do this instead. Yeah, the time limit in this next level is far less generous than the one before. Oof, there's a good chance we don't make it, guys. I don't remember what the optimal path is for this until I kind of try it a couple times. So we'll see, we'll see. Oof. It's gonna be super close if we even make it. Doesn't look like we will. Yeah, just barely. Okay, so we failed, but that's alright, that's alright. We'll try again. This time, I think, yeah, I'll get the rings, and then I will, let's see. Let's try to follow the intended path. Let's get the chests next and see if that works out better for us. Because I think I just wasted too much time and got punished for it. So. I will say, though, the soundtrack for the first Spyro game isn't as memorable as the next couple games in the series. It's more just meant to serve as background music, and that's true for pretty much most video game soundtracks in general, but especially here. Alright, I gotta focus here. Okay, you know what, let's just kind of make a circle around, because we only have these two categories left. So, okay. I might have messed this one up too, guys. If I did so, that's my bad. But let's see if we can't still win. We're still following the path here. We only have one gate left to grab, so hopefully we can just kind of grab it on our second pass through there. So we'll grab that. I think we might just barely manage this. Yes. All right. That was a little scuffed, guys, but hey, as we say in the RuneScape community, scuffed gets stuff, and stuff we did indeed get. So 116.6, there you go. If you want to try to beat that time, you're more than welcome. Got it done on the second attempt. So, moving right along. Okay. Whoa, don't fall there. I don't want to lose a life. I have yet to do so, and I don't intend on doing that anytime soon. Okay, well, I suppose while we're over here... Wait, where's that cave? Oh, it's over there, in this direction. So we'll go over here next. To the Ice Cavern. We're going to get a huge change in scenery from going from the desert all the way to the icy caverns. And here we are. Beautiful. I actually really like this level, although I have some personal beef with it, and I'll explain what I mean when we get to the one specific part. Because really, the beef I have with it was a result of my own stupidity as a child, and not really through the game's fault through any of the game's fault of its own. But yeah, let's go ahead and grab this first dragon here, see what he has to say. Ulrich.
A word of caution, little one. Wait until you grow big, like me, before charging those large enemies.
You look like you're wearing a wooden shield and a wooden sword. I don't know how exactly you should be perceived as a threat, but alright. Okie dokie. So, these guys, we got some Gnorcs here, some wearing Canadian hats, and the others are gonna be throwing snowballs at us. Either way, we shall destroy them all! Yet another dragon. Okay. After this, I'll explain my beef with this.
Spyro, some big Gnorcs up ahead are wearing armor. And in the ice cave, armor can make their feet very slippery.
I like his design a lot. Especially he's got that bow. Super, super cool. Now, I want to talk to you about these little poles right here with the gems on top of them. For the longest time as a kid, I just Could not fathom how to even grab these, because my thought was, hey, let's jump on them. It seems like we can reach them, right? No, of course not. It never really occurred to me, oh, we should just charge. Yeah, charge the poles there, and that's what's gonna get us the gems there. Don't know why. It never really occurred to me as a kid. Could not explain it. I was a silly, silly young lad at the time. Okay, so before we continue, I'm actually going to do something a little bit out of order, just to kind of save a tiny bit of time. And we're going to go over here first, because there's a locked chest, and the key for it is over here on this platform, separate from the rest of the level. So we're just going to go ahead and grab that first, and now I'm going to be forced to do a little bit of backtracking before we continue. So before we take care of those guys, let's go ahead and go here first. Andor? Is that a Star Wars?
Thank you for releasing me.
And that's all that's all he had to say. Some of them are gonna be just like that. My favorite from the original games, and I'll play an audio clip so you can hear it, is the ones that are like old and senile, and they go like, "Thank you for releasing me."
Thank you for releasing me.
It always puts a smile on my face whenever I hear it. Alright, kill this guy. And now, to refer back to what that other dragon was telling us, we have this guy who's in full armor, and the only way to get rid of him is to push him straight off the edge. So pretty cool there. These bats were apparently big fans of Spyro and just wanted to hang out with us. I almost torched them for their insolence, but I think Spyro thought better of it in this particular case. Okay. So yeah, we're right back to where we were before, and so we can continue on with the rest of the level here. I believe the skill point for this level involves not getting hit by any snowballs from the orcs that throw snowballs. So we'll see that play itself out. I believe here, not in this room, but the last room that we'll find them in. Right, we're not going to go there quite yet. I'm going to grab these chests before I forget, because I did see them out of the corner of my eye. Woo! Had to dodge that one. He actually managed to throw his snowball and attempt an attack against us. But my reaction was good enough. Alright, here we go. This, I believe, is the last room with these fools. Yeah, we got some dudes on skis and wielding snowballs, so let's go ahead and kill them before they have a chance to do anything against us. This guy... Yep, goodbye. I love their sounds. It's so good. Oh, damn it! No! Alright, well, I messed that up, and I'll have to come back through this level at another time to attempt that again. Usually I don't get hit by those guys, but today was an exception to the rule. Alright, before I go that way, let me get these. There we go. If you kind of graze them off to the side, as you saw, you don't always bonk into them, you can just kind of keep your charge going. But yeah, unfortunately, we will not be getting a skill point today. Let me just double check that is what it is. Where is it? Doesn't even say. Apparently there isn't even one for this level. Okay, whatever. I could have been misremembering, which is entirely possible and probable. Ragnar, just all these guys have Norse names.
You've done well, Spyro. Some dragons thought you weren't ready, but I knew they were wrong.
I'm ready, all right. Ready for what?
Oh, silly. He put his faith in you, and you know, there was some evidence counting against you for your own skill there. But yes, Magnus does believe in us, or Ragnar, I should say. Alright, so here's the end of the level. We'll grab that dragon last, and instead we'll go here first. Get another one up. There we are. Beautiful. Oh, and I do actually have to go back. I totally forgot about that chest. Oops! I went out of my way to backtrack, but I didn't backtrack all the way. Okay, that was my fault, guys. I'll see you guys back at that chest. Oh, actually, I'm really glad that I turned around, because I missed a gem right there. But yes, now I will really see you back. Alright, here we go. This should be it. And unless I'm mistaken, there should only just be those couple chests that we left right by the exit. So I'll meet you guys back there. And here we are. That was it. Beautiful, and this should be our last dragon of the level, Asher.
Thanks for freeing me, Spyro. And now, where was I?
Oh no. Run! Run, Spyro, run! Okay, so before we finish the level, there is actually one last thing to do here, but I don't actually remember how to do this. There are 3 lives right here on this platform, and there's a way to reach them. So I'm going to take a look around, just so I can show you all, because I am like that. Okay, I believe it's here. So actually, at the very beginning of the level, I think if you jump from this ledge, yes, this is how you reach it. So, not an ideal way to complete the level here. I'm actually, let me zoom in on this life here so you can see in detail what it looks like. But yeah, not the most optimal way to play this level, because it puts you right at the end and you have to backtrack through the entire thing to progress it. So that's kind of why I didn't do it that way. But there you go. If you want those extra lives, not that we need it, of course, then that's how you can retain them. Okay, yet another level done and dusted. Let's continue! Nice. Alright, so the next level here that I want to do is gonna be, I believe the portal is located closer to the beginning here. I might have walked by it without realizing. There it is, yes. Dry Canyon. Just want to double check the guidebook here. Yes, okay. So it should just be this level and the boss left before we move on. Okay, so Dry Canyon. I actually really dig this place because it's got a lot of different offshoots and branching paths. So plenty of things to explore and potentially plenty of gems to unintentionally miss out on and have to backtrack for. So we'll see. But yeah, there's some cool twists and turns in this place. And is a real, I think, the first true showcase of the levels getting a little bit more complicated. Alright, yet another beautiful acrobatic entrance, my friend. Alright, so these are actually new, I think. In order to break these open, you just have to flame them 3 times, and the gem is revealed. Okay, right off the bat, we have an egg thief, so let's grab him before before anything else. And avoid all the gunfire in the process. There we go. So, super easy. He actually kind of slowed down there as he was rounding the corner. But yeah, we gotta be careful because these guys will attack us with their muskets. Their blunderbusses, I should say. There we are. And you can flame them if their shields aren't up, so, you know, keep that in mind. Oh, almost got that. Let me turn around. There he is. Kill him. Kill him too. Just comboing all sorts of fools. Okay, and we got all little bunnies. Oh, look at their bunnies. Die! Alright, looks like we actually got a 1-up from that. That was kind of funny. Sometimes, like I said, sometimes when you kill the fodder, you will get 1-ups. Conan the Barbarian!
What? Huh? Oh. Thank you for releasing me, Spyro.
So stately, only to utter a single sentence. I love it. Okay, so we're gonna go this way to get up to the high ground. Obi-Wan would be proud of us. And I'm gonna jump up here because I think, yes, there is. Oh, nearly fell off there. But yes, if you jump up to this cliff, there is an alternate branching path that we're going to take before we move on with the main part of the level. So look at these cool-looking caves. Oh. There we go. Sometimes I have trouble trying to combo those together. Alright, let's let them fire. Ooh, okay, barely dodged there. Get that before I miss it. Although we would have come back through, so it would have been fine. And now, yeah, these bigger Gnorcs are using the vultures as melee weapons, which is crueler than, frankly, anything that Spyro could do, despite the fact that he is giving every single person he comes into contact with third-degree burns, but whatever, we'll ignore the semantics. Alright. Die! And all of you shall be burnt to a crisp. Okay. So that's that. Oh, by the way, really fun little detail. A lot of the like plant environments and stuff can just be flamed, and then they'll shake themselves off. It's a little disconcerting when you think about the logistics of that, but it is a fun little detail, and there's plenty of examples across the trilogy where you can do stuff like that. So it's just fun. Okay, I hear a dragon. Did I miss one down here? Yes, I did. Okay, glad I dropped down to check. Ivor.
Is that you, Spyro? Are you the young dragon I've been hearing so much about? Ever since you were a wee puff of smoke, we've known,
You've known...
I forget.
Yeah. Every single old dragon just fully leans into these senile old man stereotypes, and we love them for it. Poor Spyro just has to parse apart all the different, meanings for what they're saying. There we go. This isn't a type of firework that would break open a thing, it's just kind of a box of fireworks that spawn some gems. Alright, do it. Cool. And we will have to come back here because there is a key that we need, so I'm actually just going to leave the rest of that treasure over there. And instead... Oh, I'm not going to make it. Okay. I was going to abandon that flight, and instead we'll approach it from a higher angle. So we'll get those couple gems and the extra life. I want to see how many lives we can end up with by the end of the series. I don't think there's well, there's probably a limit of 99, because that's generally how these things go. But I don't know if there are enough lives in the game to reach that point. Not unless you spend a lot of time grinding enemies you've already killed, and I'm probably not going to do that. Probably. Okay, so, oh goodness! Wow, that was a bit of a jump scare. Alright then, got my revenge, but wow, that was fully unexpected. So, I'm actually going to go ahead and go back through the tunnel we came from. That way we might progress normally and not have to miss anything. So here we are. Waha! Alright, kill. Looks like these vultures are covered in fleas and stuff anyway, so we're doing the world a favor. We're doing them a favor, honestly, by ending their suffering. Isn't that how a young dragon would see it? Of course it is. Alright. More fools with blunderbusses. Here we are. Boris. Well, I wonder what his life is like.
Dry Canyon rewards good gliders. You are a good glider, eh, Spyro?
I was born to glide.
Yes, he was. Alright, and that is actually giving us a hint as to what we're supposed to do. Very, very easy to miss this, but you can glide over here, and there's an additional section of the level. My first time playing through this, I had no idea, and I fully missed it. So, and then, you would think that this is where the path ends, but no. You can also go this way, and there's yet another dragon, as well as the key we were looking for. Alright. Maximus.
Incredible glide, Spyro. I thought I'd be stuck here forever with those ugly vultures standing on my head. Those birds might look tough, but they're pretty tasty. Flame broiled with a pinch of salt.
Dude, a pinch of salt? My guy, you need to season your food much more than that. Unseasoned meat is probably the biggest deal breaker I have for any friendship. Gotta be honest, guys. Season your food. There should not be a single nook or cranny left unsalted. Alright. So, we're at the end of the level, but we're gonna kind of make our way backwards here for the rest of... Oh, look at that. That was our first purple... probably not our first purple gem. No, because we had one in Clifftown. But yeah, purple gems. They are there. Now, something I actually want to point out is the designs of the gems have been slightly altered from this game to the other, because there's the gems have different shapes in the original to kind of distinguish them apart. It's just a cosmetic difference. There's no real... There's nothing else beyond that, but for the Reignited Trilogy, they kind of just standardized them as all the same shape, which is fine. It's not really anything that I don't have like positive or negative feelings for, but it is noteworthy. And so, just so I can show you what the original ones look like, I'll put up some graphics on screen there. Okay, so now that we have this key, we can glide over to this section here, We're just gonna barely make it. Goodness, almost failed that. But there we are. And unless I've missed something, this should be the rest of the gems in this level. I hope I'm right. Yes, there it is. And is that all the dragons? Yes, 100% complete. Fantastic. So I will meet you all back at the exit. And here we are. We are ready to return home to complete yet another level. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, there is only the boss left to tackle for the Peacekeepers world. Like I said at the start of the series, guys, this is not a very long game, and I'm actually super happy and okay with that, because it just means that we get to blast through it and have a grand old time. So, boss number 2, Dr. Shemp. It's going to be another sunset vista here, although not quite as bright as the first one against Toasty. In fact, it's even better, because look at this, guys. Before we do anything, wow, Spyro, look away, you don't have the proper sunglasses, but we're basically faced with a total eclipse here, and having never seen a full total eclipse in person, I am super, super jealous. I've been very close to them before, but the last time we had a total eclipse near where I live, I happened to be working that day, and unfortunately I don't make call off of work money, so I had to just see the partial eclipse there. But, in any case, we can move right on and watch that guy end his own existence, unfortunately. Alright, so their butts get slapped as they charge toward us. They can't even see where they're going, but that's okay. We were there to end their journeys prematurely. Okay, so Dr. Shemp. This is a little bit more of an actual level than Toasty was. Had to make sure I played that skillfully there to avoid taking damage. And now let's see if we can get the Quattro, the overkill. Whoa! She actually hit me? I didn't even realize that was possible. Not the way that happened. Alright, where did that guy go? Okay, I'm not entirely sure. I might have collected his gem, but if not, it'll become apparent later on. But anyway, yes, Dr. Shemp is a little bit more of an actual level than we've seen with Toasty. Toasty was just kind of like a mini gauntlet full of enemies. And that's not to say there's not a mini gauntlet of enemies here, but it is a little different. Alright, so over here, there's a standalone platform with a purple gem. Oh, nearly fell there. Check it out. What a lovely color of purple, and it basically matches Spyro's scales. Very, very cool. And of course, we're going to grab this key right here, since we're at the right vantage for it. And now we can move on. Actually, I think I can access that part of the level from a different area, so I'm going to move on over here. Trondo, what have you got for me?
Dr. Shemp thinks he's so cool. You don't know what it's been like listening to him over and over. But I tell you one thing, he should watch his back.
So there you go. That is the hint for how to defeat him. Very, very inconspicuous, of course. So Dr. Shemp, he kind of reminds me almost of like a... Oh, yeah, he almost kind of reminds me of Papu Papu from Crash Bandicoot. Kind of a, that sort of shamanistic, guru type thing. So, witch doctor of sorts. Alright, so... Oh, wow. Completely missed that platform there. So, for the phase 2, I believe he's gonna attack again. There we go, yeah, he'll spin. And so I just have to flame him while he's turning. There we go. You can see his full ass just hanging out there. My boy is fully caked up. Oof! Alright. Doing some things to me, of course. Alright, and then for this last one, he just does a sweep, and we got the skill point because we killed him without taking any damage. There it is, so I don't have to come back to this level ever again. Alright, and then all we have left to do is to grab this chest here. And yes, I was right. That other witch doctor lady is down here. So, there we go. And this should be the last enemy of the entire level. There we are. Beautiful. So all that's left to do is to reach the exit. I hope you guys are enjoying this series. Genuinely, I do, because I know that this isn't quite what I started my channel with, but that's part of the reason why I did it. I wanted to show that, hey, there is anything, pretty much anything goes on my channel, and I just am going to be playing games that I find fun. So, yeah, if you guys are enjoying this, I really do appreciate it. Okay, but we have fully completed the Peacekeeper's world, and we're ready to move on. So let's take a look at the guidebook here. You can see all 6 levels have been done. Oh, wait, what? I was hitting the... Oh, oops. I thought I was hitting the B button instead of... Oops, let me do that. Well, there you go. If you want to travel to the different worlds, you can, suppose, fast travel if you really need to. But that's not what I was trying to do. I will meet you guys at the Balloonist. Alright, and here we are. We have made it to the end of the Peacekeeper's world, and thus the end of this episode. Thank you all so much for watching this installment of Spyro the Dragon in the Reignited Trilogy. If you enjoyed the video, please, 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 I would very much appreciate a like, a comment, a subscription, and all that good stuff. Just because it helps grow the channel, it gives me more motivation to keep going, and Spyro has more of an appetite than ever before. So yes, if you'd like to see more, I'd appreciate a little bit of feedback, and so thank you all for watching. I hope you all have a great rest of your day.
I can't believe how fast you found so much stolen treasure.
I know, right?
Hop aboard for the Magic Crafter's world if you're ready.
Alright, and this is actually one of my favorite worlds of all time. So I will see you guys in the next episode. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you all next time.